Hello, welcome to
Hello,
Brits
hello.
American Toy with me, BP1 and BP2. Today we're checking out the 15 weirdest American laws in small towns that are apparently too
Okay.
crazy to be real. So we know, as a Brit, we know or heard of some weird and crazy laws that you have in America.
Yeah.
But we don't always know what they are, where they are. You can smoke weed in some states, you can't in others. Others you
No
can't.
jaywalking.
No jaywalking. I don't know if it's the tops in one of the states as well, where you can't go bare. So
Okay.
I'm not sure. But let's find out some of these weird ones.
15 weirdest. Have we got?
We have world
All
side.
right.
This is by.
All right.
Let's
Hopefully
find
there's
out.
some explanation as to how they came about.
Let's see.
Behind the seemingly peaceful and quiet life of small American towns, there are laws that can leave you shaking your head in disbelief. Imagine a town where screaming in a haunted house is forbidden, or whistling too loudly is considered illegal. These laws might sound ridiculous, but they are still officially recorded in the town's legal code. How did these strange rules come to be? Let's take a look at some of the most bizarre laws from small towns across America.
Ooh.
If you ever attend a concert in Green, New York, don't even think about eating peanuts while walking backward because it's illegal.
Oh, come on.
What?
It may
Yeah,
sound
what?
absurd, but there's actually a strange backstory behind this rule. Long ago, someone decided to snack on peanuts while walking backward in the middle of a concert. But the real question is, why was that person walking backward in the first place? Eventually, they tripped,
I'm not sure that's
spilled their
the question.
peanuts everywhere, and caused others to slip, which led to total chaos. Because of that incident, the city government decided to enforce this rule to maintain order. It may sound
Come
silly,
on.
but
Yeah,
in a
it is.
way, it could prevent accidents.
There's no
Well,
way.
everything could prevent
Apparently,
accident.
it's not just peanuts. In Marion, Ohio, there's a law that prohibits people from eating donuts while walking backward. The exact origins of this rule remain unclear,
Come on.
but some theories suggest it was created after a bizarre incident in the past. According to the
Yeah.
story, someone was
Too
so
many.
engrossed in their donut while walking backward that they lost their balance and crashed into another person.
So
As a result, the town decided to put an end to the risky combination of donuts
that's
and
trash.
walking in reverse.
That is ridiculous.
In Gainesville, Georgia, there's a unique law stating that fried chicken must only
Oh, that
be
looks
eaten
good.
with your hands. That's
Well, yeah, I
right.
can understand
If
that.
you're caught using a fork and knife, be prepared for a warning. This law was introduced in 1961 as part of a marketing campaign to brand
Mr. Kentucky
Gainesville
Fried.
as the poultry capital of the world.
Poultry
Initially, it was meant as a joke and a fun way to promote the town.
Yeah.
But technically, the rule is still in place today. The most famous case occurred in 2009 when a 91-year-old grandmother visiting from out of town was arrested for eating fried chicken with a fork.
Yeah, I think they
But
did
don't
that as a
worry,
joke.
it was just a playful stunt by local authorities to celebrate the
say.
town's history. Haunted houses are meant to test your bravery, but if you're in Topeka, Kansas, make sure you don't scream too loudly, because that's against the law. This rule was created
Screaming
to
too
prevent
loudly.
unnecessary panic that could make the situation spiral out of control. According to reports, the law was put in place after an incident where a visitor got so terrified that they screamed at the top of their lungs, causing mass hysteria. Other visitors panicked and rushed for the exit,
funny.
nearly resulting in serious injuries due to the chaos.
What
Since
do they
then,
expect?
screaming inside haunted houses has been made illegal.
Illegal.
It may
Screaming
sound
inside.
funny, but in reality, the law was
Yeah, I
established
suppose.
for safety reasons.
But then,
If a
shouldn't you
house
just
catches
outlaw
fire in
haunted houses?
Charleston, South Carolina, don't be surprised if the firefighters decide to blow it up instead of putting it out.
What?
Yes, this law actually allows them to demolish a house if necessary to prevent a larger fire from spreading. This
So-
rule
Fair
dates
enough.
back to a time when firefighting technology wasn't as advanced as it is today. Back then, if a fire was too difficult to control and posed a risk to nearby buildings, extreme
TNT.
measures like demolition were considered a better option than letting the entire neighborhood go up in flames.
Now I know.
Close proximity, innit?
Yeah, and now I know all those cartoons. And I was a kid watching it was just TNT,
Yeah.
blowing things up. I know where it comes from now.
Thinking about whistling loudly while walking through Waterbury, Connecticut? You might
Yeah,
want
I
to
was
think
actually.
twice. This town has a law that prohibits people from whistling too loudly. The exact reason behind this rule remains unclear, but it's believed to have originated from numerous complaints about loud whistling disturbing the town's peace. Perhaps there was once someone who had a habit of whistling loudly in the middle of the night,
Probably, yeah.
making it impossible for people to sleep. Or maybe a group of rowdy teenagers used whistling as their signature
Why is that
way
a
of
law?
causing
Why
trouble.
would you put that as a
I know.
law?
If anyone ever gets fined for this, Waterbury might just be the most
me know.
anti-spontaneous music town in the world.
Yeah. It's just ridiculous.
Most laws are designed to regulate or restrict gun ownership, but in Nuclear, Colorado, it's the opposite. In this small town, not owning a firearm could actually be considered illegal. This
Not
law was
owning-
passed in
Not
2013
having one.
based on the belief that every head of a household must own a gun. Local authorities argue that the best way to ensure public safety is to make sure every citizen is prepared to defend themselves, whether
Yeah,
from
that's good.
criminals, wild animals, or any potential threat. Fortunately, this rule isn't strictly enforced, and there haven't been reports of police conducting house inspections to check for firearms.
That's the difference. One, there's a rule, and one, there's an enforced rule. So let us
Yeah.
know in your town if there's any really weird enforced rules
Yeah.
that you have to, abide by. Because some of these are just so ludicrous
Yeah.
that I can't believe, but that obviously they are.
But whether they're sort of watered down through history, like I say, the no whistling one probably.
Does it get any
Yeah.
worse than what we've watched already? Can the rest of the video? you
Let's
s-
find out. No, I mean,
Still, this makes Nuclear one of the most extreme
Nuclear.
towns in America when it comes to gun ownership laws.
city limit.
If you ever visit Wilbur, Washington, make
Mhm.
sure your horse looks good, because in this town, riding an ugly horse is
An
against the
ugly
law.
horse.
No,
Come on.
this isn't a joke. This rule reportedly dates back to the town's cowboy and ranching days when horses weren't just a mode of transportation, but also a
What's
status
deemed
symbol.
ugly? I mean,
At the time,
what's
riding
the-
a skinny,
That's it,
scruffy,
yeah.
or unkempt horse was considered embarrassing.
Right.
Some believe the
Unkempt.
law was meant to preserve the town's image, while others think it was a way to prevent sick or neglected horses from wandering around public areas. But here's the real question. Who decides whether a horse is ugly
it.
or not?
BP2.
Is there a
Oh, yeah.
special officer assigned to judge a horse's
Exactly.
beauty?
Brilliant.
It seems horses are held to high standards.
She's not a bad
In
one.
Texarkana, Texas, don't be surprised if you see a horse
Taillights.
equipped with tail lights like a car. That's
Hey.
because the town has a quirky law requiring anyone riding a horse at night to install a tail light so they can be seen by other vehicles.
I
This
mean, it
law
makes sense.
likely
tail
originated
light.
in the
Tail
past
light.
when horses were still a primary mode of
What's
transportation.
that?
As roads lacked proper lighting and automobiles became more common, the risk of accidents between horses and motor vehicles increased. To prevent
play.
collisions, this rule was introduced, even though the image of a horse with taillights is undeniably amusing.
Very funny.
Wait, but who even owns a pet elephant? Sounds impossible, right?
Uh-huh.
But in Natchez, Mississippi, there's an actual law forbidding intoxicated elephants from wandering the city streets.
Intoxicated
This rule
elephants.
dates back to the era when
Ow.
traveling circuses frequently visited small towns.
Okay.
In
Again,
the
this
past,
is crazy old
circus
Yeah, yeah,
owners
yeah.
often gave alcohol to their animals for various reasons. Whether to
What reason?
warm them up in cold weather or simply as part of an odd form of entertainment. According to reports,
I think it was an
there was
anesthetic.
once a chaotic
Before
incident
TV,
where a
wasn't it?
drunk elephant lost control and rampaged through the streets. After that, several towns decided to enact an official law: no drunk elephants allowed in public.
Oh, brilliant.
In Virginia, hunting on Sundays is generally prohibited, but oddly enough,
Okay.
there's one exception: raccoons. The
Oh,
law states
raccoons.
that anyone wanting to hunt other animals must wait until a weekday, but if the target is a raccoon, go right ahead. The reason? Raccoons are considered pests, notorious for rummaging through trash cans and sneaking into people's homes.
Fair play.
So while the law bans Sunday hunting to give both wildlife and hunters a day of rest, raccoons remain fair game.
Poor little
Well,
things.
yeah.
At least they're good-looking, rodents.
there's-
Rats, different story with rats, isn't it?
That's it. Yeah. We got squirrels classes, grey squirrels classes of pests as well, isn't it, over here?
Yeah.
So, yeah,
Nicked
interesting.
all our red squirrels, didn't they?
Did, yeah. Put them all in a big jail on the Isle of Wight. All right, let's keep going.
One thing Wisconsin takes seriously, it's cheese.
All
In
right.
this state, famously known as Dairyland, there's a law that strictly regulates the quality of cheese. In Wisconsin, all cheese must meet specific standards before it can be sold. For instance, grade A cheese must have the perfect texture, a distinctive flavor, and just the right level of softness. If it's too hard, too soft, or doesn't taste up to par, it could violate regulations. While this
Well,
law
makes
might
sense.
sound odd to outsiders, for Wisconsin residents, cheese is no laughing matter.
Okay.
In movies, magic and witchcraft are often seen as cool or mysterious. But in Oregon, practicing the occult in public could technically be against the law. This law has been around for quite some time and was
Okay.
originally intended to prevent scams disguised as mystical practices, such as fake psychics claiming they could banish evil spirits or predict the future for an absurdly high fee.
Well,
However, because the law is broadly
True.
worded, it could, in theory, make reading tarot cards or playing with a Ouija board seem legally suspicious.
Okay.
So, there you have it. Some of the strangest laws still recorded in small towns across America. Some
Okay.
are still technically in effect, while others are merely relics of the past that were never officially repealed. It's funny to think about how bizarre incidents from history led local governments to feel the need to create official regulations.
to that
That's
From
level.
it.
eating fried chicken with your hands to hunting raccoons on Sundays, these laws serve as proof
Why?
that sometimes what seemed like a serious issue back then now sounds completely absurd.
Completely.
It does, yeah. That is very bizarre, but there you go.
Yeah, I mean,
This-
interesting. I mean, I had a quick look, just so that we, just to balance it up.
Yeah.
In the UK, it is officially an offence to handle a salmon in circumstances that are suspicious. Yeah.
Right, okay.
Drunk in charge of a cow.
Okay.
Walking cows during the day, and obviously the sovereign swans, all unmarked mute swans in open waters in the UK, legally belong to the reigning monarch.
They do, yeah. Yeah, that's very true. I
So
know
we
the
got
swan
some
one.
weird and wonderful. Yeah. Not to be outdone.
Not to be outdone. Well,
but
maybe,
the
to be fair.
I mean, walking backwards while eating peanuts. I mean, that's brilliant, that, isn't it? We're gonna
screaming
write that
in a
one
haunted
down.
house. I mean, where else are you going to scream? Very, very bizarre.
Brilliant.
There you go. Well, we will be back soon for another reaction.
Yes.
I hope you enjoyed that one. Let us know in the comments.
Please do.
Yeah.
Any strange laws from your local area or town that were written up with all good intention at the time, but now seem utterly ridiculous?
Exactly. All right. We will be back tomorrow.
Hmm.
Until then. Well, actually, we'll be back tomorrow. We might be. We're back this week. There you go.
All right,
Definitely
mate.
back this week.
Nothing
All right.
more vague than that.
Nothing more vague. Sundays, Saturdays, and Tuesdays. So
Yes.
there you go. New content from us on those days. Until then, it's goodbye from me.
buy from him. Or
Wow.
even Saturday, Sunday, Tuesday.
Oh no, I don't know why I said Sunday first. It's just it's
I
just
mean,
the way
you
I am.
completely. No wonder we get nobody tuning in.
Well, it's just a weird law. I'm not allowed to say Saturday, Sunday in the UK. I've got to say Sunday, Saturday. Bye.